I woke up today in a particularly chatty mood, which is very rare for me, so I figured why not take advantage of it and film a video. Just a quick overview of me to help give context to the video. I did mention on my Instagram the other day the fact that I had recently found out that my endometriosis is stage 4. Because I'm in remission, that doesn't technically change a whole bunch. However, there are still like certain emotions that you go through when finding out that your disease is as extensive as it was. So I've kind of been going through that. I also haven't posted a health update since my surgery video, but if you are friends with me or my family, you know that my life is not going according to plan right now, and I'm having to make a whole lot of super hard decisions for me and my body that no 20-year-old woman should ever have to do. From the outside perspective, you probably think that my life is falling apart, and maybe it is, I don't know. But this is super vague and probably really annoying, and I'm really sorry. I promise I will post a health update soon to inform all of you guys, but that's just kind of where we're at right now. So back to the video. There is a girl that I follow on Instagram whose name is Whippy, and she's absolutely changing my life. Whippy is a motivational speaker who also happens to be battling breast cancer, and she has been super vulnerable and open about that whole entire experience. She has shared a lot of the good days and a lot of the bad days when, you know, going through treatments and whatnot. Although nobody's cancer/chronic illness journey is ever easy, I do feel like she has hit a lot of obstacles and has had to overcome a lot of bumps in the road. And while she's going through these things that I think are just incredibly unfair to her, she has the most positive outlook and just tackles these things head on, and it is so, I don't want to say inspiring, but it is making me rethink my whole entire life and how I handle my situation. She was doing an Instagram live stream the other day that I was watching, and she said something in it that has just really stuck with me throughout the last week or so of my life, and I just thought I would share it with you guys because it is making an impact on me. And hopefully if you guys are going through something hard or not, just living your life, I think this is really valuable and you could learn something from it. So in her live stream, somebody asked her, I think, how it is that she's able to stay positive throughout all the ups and downs of her cancer treatment, and her response to it was something along the lines of focusing really hard on the energy around you that you let into your life. If you are a human, you've probably at some point been really upset about the fact that even though this is our life, there are so many things that are out of our control that just happen and we have no say-so over. And if you're like me, it keeps you up at night, and it is one of the greatest contributors to anxiety. However, what Whippy was saying made me realize that I think we have more control over our lives than we tend to convince ourselves. I'm going to share one of her examples, but basically she was at the hospital the other week and there was a nurse there who was having a really hard time. I guess he had had a bad week at work and was confiding in her about it, and mentions the fact that he had lost 2 cancer patients while she's battling cancer, and she obviously did not feel good hearing that. After multiple attempts to kind of change the topic and get away from the hard week and him continuously bringing it back around to that, she just eventually said, "Hey, I'm so sorry about your bad week, but I am not in a place right now where I can receive this super well, so I would love it if we could just change topics." So that's just an example of, you know, noticing the energy around you and noticing what fills you and what does not fill you, and doing what you can to change that. And since her live stream, I have been reevaluating basically my whole entire life. I am going through all of my relationships with those around me. I am focusing super hard on the things that I spend my time on and trying to pick up on what is and isn't fueling me. I realize that there are multiple people in my life who I'm continuously just pouring so much of my time and energy into that I shouldn't be. There's a lot of things that I waste my time on doing that don't energize me or fill me up, and sometimes leave me completely depleted. And just a quick example of what I'm talking about, there is a show on Netflix that I have been watching for I think almost 5 years now, and although it is an incredibly well-written show, Orange is the New Black, I have realized that it does absolutely nothing. Like I finish an episode and I am just sad and anxious, and especially with a lot of the content that is shown in there, like I'm not good mentally after I watch an episode of it. So even though the show finally just came to an end, I went through the whole entire season thinking like, how does this make me feel? Am I going to stop watching this and like be ready to live my life afterwards, or am I going to need an hour to recharge based off of this particular scene? And so I have started cutting things out of my life that aren't good for me, that for some reason I just haven't really realized, and I feel overall happier. This past week, health-wise, was incredibly difficult. I had a doctor's appointment that left me very emotionally not well, and have had to figure out a lot of things kind of on the fly. Although the week was hard, I feel super okay where I'm at emotionally right now. I feel more equipped to deal with the hard things in life because I spent the last week or so kind of cleansing and decluttering all of the negative stuff in my life that I was regularly doing on a day-to-day basis. Another example of what I'm talking about is I made a post on Reddit the other day that was not perceived how I meant it. Within 24 hours, there was almost 200 comments on my post, and about 90 of them were calling me ignorant and stupid and just like really not good things. Obviously, I was really upset that my post was not perceived the way that I had intended, but after reading the first 5 or so comments and realizing that they were all negative, I decided to just stop reading. And that is something that has never even crossed my mind before, you know? Like, you think that just because someone's commenting on your stuff and talking to you that you have to read it or respond. And I just keep thinking about, had I read all 200 comments of what people had to say about me and my message and it not being perceived how I wanted it to, that literally happened the day before my doctor's appointment. That was not good. I just kept thinking about how much harder that day would have been, that doctor's appointment, had I been holding on to the negativity of those 200 people. I know that all the examples I'm giving are like really small instances, but I'm a firm believer that small things add up over time, and I do see a benefit in kind of cutting out the negativity of super small things that you tend to do every day and not think about. I feel so much more equipped to deal with the hard things in life and the unfair things of life because my day-to-day is just, I feel lighter. So if you're going through something hard, or if you are just a human who is trying to figure out how to get through this life with maybe just a little bit more ease, I would highly recommend just to reevaluate the people in your life, the things that you spend time doing, the places that you go, and just being super aware of what it is that is rejuvenating you and what is it that is taking away all of your energy. Some things are going to take time to figure out. There are going to be people that you just aren't sure kind of where they're at. There's going to be hobbies that you do that you aren't sure if you actually enjoy. Those are going to take time to figure out. But there are some things that I think you will notice immediately that you're like, this is really bad for me. Why do I keep putting myself in this situation? Or why do I keep coming back to this? Just cut it out. And I'm not trying to say that your life is going to be easy breezy from this moment on if you just make this one change, but I do think that what I'm going through right now, by most people's standards, is really, really hard and devastating and heartbreaking, and insert any other sad adjective right here. But I do think that I am handling it 1,000 times better than I would have 2 weeks ago. And I do believe that it does come back to this change. I do feel like my day-to-day life is so much lighter because I am just cleaning out all the BS. So, you know, take your time to cut out the negativity, fill it up more with people who refuel you, hobbies that refuel you, and just get you excited to live your life. I feel happier. I feel happier. And I know I'm not always gonna feel this way. My emotions are really, really up and down right now, and I'm all over the place. But as of right now, and as of yesterday, I feel good. That's basically all I wanted to say in this video. I will link Whippy's Instagram down below if you do start decluttering and, you know, taking away all the negativity in your life and you want someone super positive and motivating to fill that hole. Maybe, you know, go follow Whippy because she's amazing and she is making me rethink all of my life decisions, and also she taught me how to wrap my headscarf like this. So there's lots of inspiration for hair and just general life stuff on her profile. I'm really thankful to be where I'm at in life right now, even though it is hard and things are out of my control, I do realize that I have more of a say-so in things than I have really ever believed before, and it's just a really good feeling. I feel like, I don't know, not that I have control over my life, but I just feel stronger and more equipped to deal with horrible things. So if you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up or subscribe to my channel down below for more content. I don't know if saying this at the end of the video actually makes any difference, but if it does, good to know. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!